everyone. My name is Bruce, and today we are going to be painting figurines, helping clear off my desk. All right. I think the first one we're going to be targeting today is this flail snail that's kind of front and center, got the blue and yellow and orange bands on them. And while we are doing this, I'm going to brew up some tea or cocoa or something because it's a cool day where I'm at. We're not used to cool days here in San Antonio. San Antonio is that place you go because you really like having a 80-degree, 85-degree average temperature year round. I'm not happy unless my face is melting off. I hope you're doing well. Today we're also streaming from Rumble, rumblestudios.com, studio.rumble.com. Rumble really just needs to get more love. I like what they do. Free speech, bona fide, happy day. All right, let's get some figures. Let's get some paint on this. All right, can we do it? How's your weekend going? Today, I've got some things taken care of. For those that don't understand or know yet, I am starting the process of divorce. My wife and I, we have not really come to a lot of agreements over three years that we've been married, so it happens. I wish her the best. I wish her well, but she's got some challenges in her life that she will be going through, as I have my own. Let me see if I'll see if Connell is in. He's been busy. He's been doing a lot, but I understand. It is a interesting start of the winter season. No, when your wife accuses you of cheating on her with somebody that's in 90% of your streams, you just kind of laugh and you're like, no, I mean, I'm sure maybe others could see it. I don't. And she's trying to blast that out there, so I'll just hit that directly. I mean, me and Janet are great friends. And maybe in a different reality or different timeline, maybe we do have something. I've I'm not going to say that it hasn't crossed my mind because every guy that has an attractive female friend, it crosses his mind. Like, I wonder if there's something here. But I've got to say that most of the time, those are just thoughts. You don't really act on those. The minority of all cheating kind of is just a mental thing to where you wonder about something. And then at the end of it, you just like a mental movie, you wrap up the theater, you prepare yourself for what you have next, be it ironing your clothing for work or taking a shower, a nice cold one, what have you. But uh, I've been hearing this like 4 times this week, mainly from Yvonne, that she's accusing me with, oh my God, you're with Janet. No, not really. The thought has crossed my mind every time you complain about things, but she's been a friend of mine longer than you've been my friend, and is a person who's loyal to friends. And uh, God, I hate saying bros before hoes and then throwing Janet's name in there, but she's been very good as a friend. She's been with me through so many issues, and I've been there for her, and so we're close. I mean, that's why we do 10, 12, 15 hours a week with each other on the YouTubes and on the Twitters and on all of these shows. And it's a good friendship. It's a healthy friendship. And to have somebody who doesn't spend time with you accuse you of spending your time doing the things you enjoy. We could have done something together. Well, I gave you opportunities numerous times, but you sat on the porch and smoked cigarettes and watched Netflix instead. You would rather be alone and not deal with people than go out and meet new people or go to a dog park or just enjoy ourselves together. But you wanted to be alone on a balcony. Fine. I left you alone. And now you claim that you've been lonely this whole time? No. No, you're not gonna get away with this victimology. You elected to sit there. And so if you guys want to say this is Bruce's therapy session, hey, that's cool. But all this week I've been dealing with this little bit of crap, and she's kind of doing her own thing right now. She left. She was here for about the wife was here for about a total of 6 minutes today. Didn't even sleep in the bed last night. She's been out at night doing whatever. Maybe sleeping in a car, maybe sleeping in a friend's house. It doesn't matter. The paperwork is filed. The ship has sailed. I'm ready to have her sign it. Do my 60 days to let things cool down a little bit, and then vacate from this apartment on my own. Come here, Ian. What are you up to, bud? If you want, let me throw you the invite over here. It's been a pretty good day. I really can't complain. Got some money coming back on some things that failed, which it's always nice to whenever like, hey, this didn't go through the way we thought it would, but here's your money back. Oh, awesome. Don't have like a lot of money coming back, but it's enough. Okay, Marion, if you want to join, you can. I threw it in your chat log. Um, but I don't really have a problem with the wife. I just want her to go her own way and be healthy. The be healthy thing is the most important part of this. She's getting further and further away from healthy, and I'm not trying to get all HIPAA on y'all, but she is making her friends question things. And I talked to one of her friends up north last night, and Catherine is like, I haven't seen her like this in over a decade. Hey, Lloyd Christmas, how you doing, buddy? So today I moved some things out of the apartment into a new storage facility. Thank you, Chris, for the help with that. My local gaming group has rallied behind everything, and they're I mean, one of the guys helped me carry Yvonne down the stairs. There was a night where she couldn't move her foot, couldn't move her leg. Yeah, we want her to seek help. We want her to get all the help she can get. If she's not seeking it, if she's just blowing smoke up our ass and going off to do fun time with Methany, it's really not going to be productive for her. And she really hates it when I call her Methany, by the way, but that's all right because I'm okay being yelled at. I get yelled at all the time. People get offended. You know what? You're in a free country, but you're not insulated from your emotions. You have to be one of those weak people that gets offended over the littlest thing. And I would laugh about it if I was an addict. I'd be laughing my balls off, like, dude, I'm tripping balls. I'm higher than giraffe pussy. I'm doing everything I can to fucking mitigate the fact my life sucks. But nope, she's not doing that. I am not on drugs. I swear. Okay, cool. Here's a CVS testing kit. You want it? No. And then she vacates and avoids accountability like the modern 2025 woman who seeks no accountability. Good, get out. Majority of this apartment is all my stuff anyway. I don't want to have to vacate. You leave. Yeah, I completely get this. People that have the addictions, they don't want any help until, god damn it, I smack the ground going 90 mile per hour. I think I need help now. Okay, that's cool. I mean, for a solid week, I was calling her Methany. Probably not the nicest thing to say, but it felt good because it was the one thing I could say that just got completely under her skin. And if you're in Pekin, Illinois, you've already heard this. You've heard Methany as a slur for the past maybe 12 years. There's a pile of discarded teeth all over Pekin, Illinois. Yeah, everybody wants her to seek help. There's not a single one of us that doesn't want her to not come out of this, better, worse than what she's at right now. We want her to get well. We want her to be healthy. Uh, Unfortunately for everybody involved, I have a very dark sense of humor, and I, you know, my brother was addicted on some drugs, so he went to get help. He sought rehab. Methany is a pretty common slang for meth. Yeah, it is. It's probably my favorite thing to hear whenever we're dealing with tweakers, the tweaker environments. For those of you that have never heard Methany before today, you live a charmed life. Yeah, and that's the thing. A dark sense of humor is the one thing that's going to get you through your period of trauma, because if you can't laugh about it, it's going to take over you. It's going to consume you. So you must learn how to harness dark humor. Dark humor is the best. I've been wanting to have a stream for a while. Sometimes I just can't, I'm busy policing the house. She's here. Uh, Last week, she was pulling apart light fixture. Uh, one of the funnier one of the funnier things that happened was I told her, I'm like, hey, could you not like yank everything and put it in the dirty clothes pile? And so she went to the kitchen. I'm hungry, and all the dishes suddenly are now the dirty dishes in the sink. Oh fuck, I gotta clean those now. Got a big ass pile of dirty clothes, big ass pile of dirty dishes. She's starting to pull apart one of the lamps from the front room. She's destroyed two chairs. Hey George, I am painting a flail snail. Um, she I wish I would have ran a camera. Next time she does that, I'm just going to tell her, like, hey, listen, if you start tweaking in here, I'm just going to start turning shit on live. We're going to go live on this. And I'm going to have fun with it. Because she fucking demolished a Rubik's Cube. And I mean demolished. She made it. she made a Rubik's Cube go to pieces worse than a catalytic converter off of a 78 Monza. It wasn't nice. It really wasn't. And like I said, I mean, I do empathize with those of you that have had to deal with people that have drug issues. I do not feel sorry for her in the least bit. I'm not causing her at gunpoint to go do drugs. I do feel kind of bad for her because, like, she's just blind to possibility. I'm lonely. I'm lonely. I feel safer when you're here. Well, I think it's time for me to leave because I have a job that makes me work for 12 hours a day, and if you can't handle that, maybe you're weak. She yeah, the Rubik's cube, I had it kind of like there was about 30 moves you had to do to solve it. And instead she just like grabbed a flathead screwdriver, jammed it between the little cubes, the little 3 by 3, and then she just pried it apart and apart it went. And then like she just denied it happened. I didn't do that. That was you. I didn't destroy that Rubik's Cube. I'm happy I didn't give her the snake. Do you guys remember the 1984 snake? There was a Rubik's Cube that came out. They had a 4 by 4 Rubik's Cube, and then there was a snake, or what they called the snake, but it was actually when you package it together, it turned into like a little sphere. But those things were brittle, really brittle. And if I would have given this to Methany, she would have completely destroyed it. Yeah, I don't sympathize with druggies. I mean, they're the ones that are electing to do it, and they have all the resources in the world around them, including people standing by, going, "Please stop doing this to yourself. Please think of your children." Yeah, the snake was so badass. It would you had little bits on there that you could rotate 45 degrees. It's just a fun toy. Now I don't know if I'm going to be able to do this right. I think I'm already on the path of like not doing the justice that I'd like to, but this is still going to be experience points for Bruce to do this snail because I want to learn how to do the realistic pattern for the snail. It's like an orange yellow, then yellow banding, and if I can get like a darker line established here of dark blue, that'd be badass. I can 3D print one. Oh man. 3D printing is like the new like rage right now. A friend of mine showed me his docket of just things he wants to print. And aside from like just the toys, miniatures, all that stuff, the things that you can print off with a 3D printer, the things you can do are so fragging useful. Of course, like somebody in the chat's gonna be like, "What about gun parts?" Shh, shut up, don't say it. Yeah, I mean, I do want to have a 3D printer just so I can like, huh, I need my own AT4. Chimerian's over there, he's printing off like this is a 14th compartment on the second deck of an Iowa class battleship, and I'm doing a 1-for-1 reprinting of it. So, yeah, right there. That is love. I ordered Tiffany a box of printer resin. Dude, you should get all the Hummers. That right there is awesome. gun parts are nice. And then Lloyd's like, dude, that sounds badass. Hey, Travis, you ready for tomorrow's game? Hopefully everything goes smooth tomorrow. Don't have any interruptions. I don't know if I'm going to be in tonight's shit show, Lloyd. I do have to go. I'm going to do this for about another 45 minutes, and then I'm going to have to go. Uh, I can stream till 6. I'll stream till 6 p.m. Central Standard Time. So we've got an hour and a half. And once we do that, then I'll have to disconnect and go do one last set of chores. They have 16K printers now. Oof. Who wouldn't want that? Come on. Hell yeah. That's just badass. Chimerian, are you here, bud? You may have to unmute yourself. This is not the same thing as Restream, so getting used to the GUI is a little bit different. Restream is probably the simplest.
Okay, it's better now?
Hey, there you are.
Yeah, there I am. Sorry, I'm in the middle of painting, so.
No panic.
I'll turn off the blinding light.
Dude, that is a nice setup.
Yeah, thank you. I should put the camera right there.
That reminds me of the home setup I had in Deer Creek.
It works really well for what I do. So,
dude, that was a badass place. That setup there. I mean, I had 4 desks arranged in a U, and I basically, it was like a little fort for like the game master or whatever. But one of them, no, 2 of them had like miniatures just covering it, like this current white table. How's your day been?
It's been an experience for a bit.
Well, I'm glad you can sit here and paint some miniatures with me.
Yep. I don't have the camera pointed at it, but it'll work.
Yes, it will. This is a Wizards of the Coast licensee from WizKids. This is off the D&D line. Flail Snail, one of the long maligned creatures of the Fiend Folio. This is something that is about as reminiscent and memorable as the Flumph.
Right.
Flumph, yeah. So when I saw this, I'm like, I gotta have it. Lloyd, I hope everything works out for the 2 of us. I just don't want to be with her anymore if this is how she's trying to proceed through life. And I mean, it's nothing against her. You know, I just don't agree with her choices, and I don't want to be limited on my options. She's saying that, you know, I'm not home enough and she's lonely, and that right there is a trap. So, I mean, would I give up my job and income so I could have like a minimum wage job and not be able to afford the things I want, not give away the dream of owning a house? You know, I mean, how's the food appear on the cabinets? You know, that's
a very hard question there.
Yeah. And so I tell her, like, you know, we gotta work. And then she gets fired from her job, and went over and talked to her boss about it, and her boss told me all the sordid details that she could, which I put 2 and 2 and 2 together pretty easily. And I'm like, okay, well, Yvonne started this. It wasn't really Yvonne anymore. It was Methany. George says, when I got an FDM printer, this YouTube had a tiny channel. He had a simple video on how to set the mode. The model I just purchased now, a couple of years later, her channel explodes and it runs a print shop. Holy shit. All right, guys. So right there, you can see that if you decide to just kind of run with the ball a little bit and just get brave, just get a little brave, you might have some small tokens of success happen to you. As George is saying, like, this person just now she's running with the ball. She's got her print shop. She's going into it, and she shows how to do the FDM printer stuff on her early videos. Now she's showcasing business acumen and how to run profit. Dude,
What?
hobbyist, who wants that?
Right. I know I would. But that's space and time I don't have yet. Well, space I don't have yet.
Just give it time, Kai. It's never a good thing to rush.
No. And honestly, this it's taking time to get back to doing all the stuff I do. So
Yeah. Lloyd, I went down in size. If you look at my early channel videos, there's a apartment that's in Deer Creek with like 4 bay windows in the front room, and like one half the room has got the table around it, the other half the room's got the furniture in it. It was a giant fucking room because it used to be a restaurant, and I miss that place a lot.
the location, not so much.
Actually, I like the location. It was out of the way. You had to drive a little bit either way from Bloomington or Peoria, but it was worth it, I thought.
Yeah.
I mean, you consider that I had like 3 grills in the front yard. I could fire up all three and get them going, and we could cook everything. I don't know if you were there on a Monday night, but on average I would cook 5 pounds of pizza flour into 3 pizzas.
No, I never got to be there when you did one of those. So
Damn it. Get yourself the income, Lloyd. Get yourself the desire to push for that, and then worry about the man cave. But don't worry about a man cave if you don't have a pot to piss in. Worry about getting that pot first.
it comes in time.
It does.
This little this little painting desk area I've got is actually kind of tiny and squeezed into a small space, but it's not. It's mine.
You know, George, everybody has to do that at some point. Everybody's got to figure out what do they want to do. I mean, my friend Travis, he's in the chat. He gambled early in life on something that not a lot of other people believed in, and it worked out very well for him. It worked out super well. He got some houses out of the deal. I mean, that he was gambling with Bitcoin, but he rode that until it was time to, okay, I've got enough to where I could get started on my real assets, and he did that, and now he's kind of just doing life the way he wants. He's got a beautiful girlfriend and a family. Uh, he's got his pottery that he does, and that's kind of like his hobby. He's very talented. Travis is really good. Hopefully, one of these days, Travis gets an Etsy set up, but he's really good with making jars and other items out of clay. George, just figure out what you want to do and go for it, man. I mean, that's all there is to it. It takes you a little bit of time, it takes a little bit of momentum, but even even a 3 rock can get out of his grind and start putting self in motion towards where he wants to go. For those that don't know what 3 rock is, a lot of times, if you look at a lot of police channel videos or body cam videos, a lot of times there'll be a cop show up, and he's kind of a bigger dude, and the other cops on the camera and microphones will say, "Up 3 rocks here." And the guy has to like get some momentum, and he starts rocking himself back and forth. And that third one, he launches himself out of the cockpit of the police car, and now he's on his feet. But it takes him a bit. And some people, they require just a little bit of inertia. They require a little bit of more effort to get going. I wasn't that great. I'm doing this because I can actually have a job that gives me midnights to noon, as my hours, 3, 4 nights a week, and it allows me the time to be able to do silly things like paint with Kai.
Yep. And finally, I'm actually painting rather than just listening for once.
I'm digging it. Congrats to you, Lloyd. Keep it going. Keep dropping a little bit of money every week. At some point, you start learning about principal and interest, and you'll start figuring out what's a good way to save. Just putting money in a savings account probably not going to make you super rich. It'll help keep things out of your wallet to where you don't burn the money. Oh, wow, they have this super four-leaf crisscross crash Hot Wheels racetrack. I never had it as a 12-year-old. Let me get it now. No, don't do that unless you have like a whole room dedicated to your Hot Wheels collection. God bless YouTube. I've discovered that there's people that have they YouTube their Hot Wheels cars going downhill. That's awesome.
Yes.
Dude, I love that stuff. When I was a kid, and I speak from the perspective of a guy that I grew up as an only child. Do not think I was spoiled. My mom and dad taught me how to mow a lawn. We did not have any local landscape legionnaires in Latham, Illinois. We were a town full of either German or Polish or Italian people. The Italians were the minority, the super minority. There were six of us. The remainder of the town was mainly German and Irish, a little bit of Polish. It's Illinois. Go figure.
Yeah, it
And
is Illinois. I'm going to say,
yeah,
forgot about half the state there.
so I learned how to be a landscape legionnaire as a young boy, going into my teen years, and had a lot of fun.
Did I lose you, Bruce? I think I lost him. Well, shoot. I noticed. I have none of the controls to be able to run this thing, so oops. Okay. Let's see here. That is. Let's try to go with that green for the next try brushing. I'm pretty sure he'll be back in short order. I hope. I think. Maybe. Let's find out. And everyone's chatting about something else. Oh, there you are.
Sometimes Rumble. I don't know if it's Brave. I don't know if it's Rumble, but one of those two does not work well with the other, and that happens.
Yeah. I didn't even notice. I was like mid conversation, and I'm like, went quiet all of a sudden.
But anyway, like what I was saying, I was a young kid. I learned how to be a landscaper, and then high school graduation, all that stuff, and off to the military. Was not a bad life. I got to give my parents a lot of credit. They gave me a wonderful life that I didn't have to work. If I would have just applied myself probably harder in school, things would be a little bit different, but not much because Travis and Kai will say that there's there's a few things here and there that you have opportunities in Illinois, but they're not like rampant opportunities.
No, they're not.
You can't go roughneck in there. Okay.
Not easily.
This is an interesting comment. Travis says, "Hey Bruce, Helldivers 2 has a beta setting that makes the game 23 gigabytes instead of 150." Okay. I need to be made aware of exactly how that changes a whole lot. I don't have a bad gaming rig. Yes, Brave and the Rumble Studio sometimes disagree, but they for the most part they other things get along fairly well. Um, will that improve performance or does that detract performance, Travis? Because I'm curious, and I haven't yet to play Helldivers 2. It's on this PC. It's installed right now. I don't know if you ever played that guy. Have you?
No, unfortunately, I didn't get in on it. All I know is that the programmers for the PlayStation version decided to take a crack at the code, and that's why the new version is going to be smaller than the original Monster Edition one.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah, somebody decided to optimize the code, and suddenly it's like, wow, it doesn't suck anymore.
Yeah, I have a 1 terabyte SSD on this one, Travis. I almost installed Path of Exile again.
Oh no.
Yeah. Gaming is the destruction of productivity, be it painting miniatures or writing a soon to be best selling RPG. Because, anytime you write an OSR clone or a third edition clone,
Oh, it's going to be.
immediately you become a millionaire.
Oh yeah, completely. No, that's been kind of fun watching somebody just take apart the original white box down to its its foundational bolts and looking at it from a point of view of like, no, I've been playing this game for 50 fucking years I've and listen to a guy who's an actual writer and who's done publishing and actual editing for the job and who's been playing the game forever going, no, I'm going to go back to the original white box and then just disassemble it as though I was the actual, if I was if I was an editor again. And he's now convinced that there's about 3 people who wrote the original book and none of them talk to each other because of the different whoever laid it out the first time did no editing, no talking. Guys just handed in shit, they typed it all up and then threw it out there. And they go, no, I can identify now 3 to 4 people who were involved in this, and I cannot tell you, and I can guarantee you, I can kind of guess which one's which now. And I'm like, ow, editorial forensics being done. And it's been fun watching this guy go slightly mad with each additional post as he goes through everything. Not one of these, no, this is how it should be. No, this guy goes, this is worded badly. Why the fuck did you word it like this? And I'm like, I'm here for this. I'm here for, let's go down to the actual bolts and then yell at it. I'm like, yeah, I'm here for this.
I can say that from what I've read, Dave and Gary did not talk much.
It's obvious.
They dropped off notes to each other. That was it.
It's obvious that whoever was writing the actual spells were definitely not talking. Like
no.
Magic is so hit and miss, as you can tell. He's got it down to, that he's like, well, obviously there's the Gary Dave dichotomy. And he's like, I can identify those 2 because one will be a math heavy weirdo who has no idea how anything works. That's Gary. Dave Arnhem will have fun with it. There's some potential in it, and then there's a third writer he can't identify which one, or that's maybe somebody who was somehow involved going, no, this is badly worded, you 2. You got to fix this, and then wrote it themselves. And I'm like, this has been hilarious. And I'm going, well, yeah, okay, cool. So the shit that we've all been dealing with has been around for longer than everything. I'm okay with that.
I have often wondered that because the spells are completely like there's power level differences within same spell levels that are just glaringly obvious.
There's there's wording issues that are just as bad.
Hungar, how are you today, sir? Good to see you, sir. Travis, I have not used the AI from Grok as a DM assistant yet. I keep debating on it, and every time I start thinking of that, I get this little John Connor on my shoulder, and he says, "Don't you dare use AI! Don't you do it!"
AI is evil and lazy.
There's some funny AI out there. I'm really looking forward to the moment when they can put a sense of humor in AI. I don't want it because I want to replace all the comedians or bring back dead ones like Robert Schimmel and Greg Girardo, but I really I just want my computer to have a dark sense of humor like the chick on Portal. When this is over, you will be missed. Spell that, please. Spell that. Mist. MISSED or MIST. Like a pink mist. Let me know. GLaDOS is one of my favorite NPCs in any game series. Did you ever play the second Portal? Or
Oh
no?
my god, yes.
Okay. So we do have a guy that has used ChatGTP to set up stat blocks, and that George is saying that you can use ChatGTP to set up your stat blocks for your game. I think that's pretty impressive.
It is, but the thing here is that I haven't ran into one that's either not sycophantic or so not they're bland. And trying to get them to commit to anything is just kind of a joke. It's like I want you to make something that's deadly and dangerous and interesting, and then I read through it and I'm like, I could have just gone and asked a high schooler for this and gotten a better and more interesting NPC. Like I can go on 4chan and be like, "Hey guys, hey 4chaners, I need something interesting," and I'll get something interesting out of it. It'll be people talking to me, and I'll get something interesting. I go on Chat GPT or try on Grok, and Grok is. I'm pretty sure Grok is retarded. Actually, like grade A special bus meth head retard, dumb. For the answers it gives me, I'm like, do you even know what a rule book is? Do you know how to actually do anything? It hallucinates too much for my taste, and I'm like, hey, could you actually follow the rules, please? And it's like, oh, sure. Because like it doesn't like when you go and check the homework, like, hey, could you show me how you did this? And I'm pretty sure that it just was like, well, I think this is how it works, and I don't want to have to. If I wanted to do all the work, I would do the work myself. I mean, but I know too many people are like, I went to AI and I asked the AI to do it, and I'm like, cool. Do you know anything that it told you? I trust the AI. Why? Why do you trust the AI? What has it done that makes you trust it? Well, it gave me an answer. It gave you a bad answer. It gave you a sycophantic answer. And keep talking to it. And then it will give you a different answer. Like, when you try to go, hey, could you, like, expand upon this concept? And then it forgets, almost, what it just told you and makes something else up. And you're like, this isn't even what I asked for originally. I guess this works. So you're pretty much just pawning off your creativity to something that you have to hold its hand like it's a fucking 5-year-old and walk it through step by step to go like, hey, I want this answer. And then you realize you spent 25 minutes to 25 to 30 minutes telling it the answer you want when you could have actually just done it yourself the first time and saved yourself 25 minutes. But I guess you need to have a sycophantic program that goes, well, I love you. That's a brilliant idea, master programmer. I'm so glad you're here to tell me what's going on here. And I'm like, oh, fuck. Really? Is this what I needed? And so when everyone's like, AI will do everything, and I'm like, it's just another tool. And I'm like, well, thank God most of you only know how to draw with crayons and draw stick figures, because obviously you don't know what the fuck you're doing with this thing. It's a great program. It allows me to. Can you produce a consistent image from one to the next, or is it all just a random jumble of various things that don't make sense? Like, hey, I want this picture. Why is it why is this person drowning twice in the same picture? Like, you can see the water level and then the water level again, and you're like, this is a dumb scene. Why doesn't the clothes show something? Why isn't this aspect here? And then you're going, oh yeah, because the AI is bad and is actually pretty ignorant. And thus, the more I use AI, the more I yeah.
I feel like this is our future, and we're going to hell because we are begging it to work right.
Hey, if the MCP would actually, if the AI would actually be the MCP, and it was Dillinger Industries, the MCP from Tron, the original, I would be okay. I would prefer Clue from Tron 2, because that one, he at least has a goal and is interesting. And so is MCP, mind you. But this is... I've seen what people are... I've seen some people who can do some beautiful things with AI. The problem here is that it can't produce a consistent image from one thing to the next. I've tried to I've been experimenting trying to get some of the AIs to help write, and then I realized that after about 30 lines in, it's forgotten what you were talking about 10 lines ago. Like a critical detail, and I'm like, okay, so hey, do you remember this one thing that happened 14 lines ago? And the AI's like, no. And then suddenly the thing that you're talking about in writing is now going in a widely new direction. And you're like, what the fuck is this? Because it now suddenly, something new appears. And then the more I work with it, the more I realize this is a joke. This is a simple thing that wants you to have an ignorant, it's great if you're an uncreative lout. If your idea of entertainment is a shitty sitcom where you sit for an episodic thing and you get a laugh track and you know that it's going to be setup, development, complication, resolution, then laugh track at the end, and you have a really simple little story, and meanwhile you're trying to write and go, hey AI, can you actually kill a character? And then the AI will do everything in its power to not harm a character, even though you're trying to get it to fucking kill something. Like, hey AI, kill something. Like, hey, I'm trying to run I want to see how this scenario would play out. And then you watch the AI pull punches like it's scared of hurting someone. And you're like, this is the most toothless, limp-dicked program for writing you can get your hands on. Hey, I want to write a horror story. Wow, there's no horror here. Hey, I'm writing a medieval battle. It's a whole lot of nobody hurts anyone around here. And I'm like, no, I want a dark world. People die in this thing, and nobody gets hurt. Everybody's happy. Everyone becomes everyone's best friend. And it's like, wow. And every story becomes everyone's all friends at the end. And I'm like, this is bullshit. And it's like, or hey AI, can you render an image? Wow, that is absolutely nothing at all what I had designed or described. This is garbage. Thank you for being a waste of energy and time. So yeah, it's like, I don't understand how people. It's great if you don't give a shit about the image that you're like. I'm rather than just talking into a camera and having a scene like this where it's like, hey, you're painting miniatures, I'm painting miniatures, I'm looking at the camera, where all you're having is a live voice talking to you. Well, you don't want to have just a set image or maybe some kind of like pulsing thing. No, and you don't want to pay anybody. Thank God AI is here to give you a 3 to 5 minute short of you talking, or even worse, the AI is rendering the words, and you're sitting here going, "What the fuck is this? Like this is for lazy people who don't put no effort in to learn a craft. They can't tell a story, they can't talk, they can't draw, and they're okay with a wildly inconsistent picture that is just, why is a head coming out of a sofa?" And you're like, what? And like, yeah, that's an image I saw on somebody who was doing a video, and they just threw some AI imagery in the background. It was trying to talk about survival, and for some reason they had a rendering of a head sticking out of a sofa. And I'm like, what the fuck? Is this trying to like convey the idea of you being just furniture that you, if you don't stand up for yourself, it's going to sit on you and use you, and therefore you with a couch with a head sticking out of it? What the fuck is this? And I realized this is AI trash and threw it and stopped watching. I don't want to watch this. It's like, well, this is the future. Good. Good. Stupid people who don't understand anything can use AI to get a dumb answer and a bad story back at them. Or you're just going to find out that you're doing most of the writing and the AI is just going, "You're so smart." And that's it. I don't want that shit.
All I can hear is like Barbara Eden. "Oh, master, how wonderful!" That's all I'm hearing. I know
Yeah,
it sounds bad, but
it's like I tried. It's like either like trying to just set up something that to work with, and it's just like, that information you just gave me is wrong. That
okay.
picture is wrong. I asked you for a request for, like, I tried using Copilot, Microsoft's trash program. I
I was
want
wondering if it was going to work out okay with Microsoft, but I've not heard a single review that's glowing in its pros.
no.
Everybody is good.
Yeah, it gets information that should be simple wrong. Like, it'll pull like the top 6 search results off of Bing, and then create a shitty summary, and then you have to go in there and read it yourself. Like, what's the point of an assistant that's just reading you a badly written summary of of 5 or 6 web pages? Why don't you just give me give me the list of sources, which luckily it does, and I'll go read it myself. Well, I don't. I'm saving time by producing bad code. I'm producing bad research. You're not learning anything. Like, trying to act like I had a conversation where I was trying to remember a rule that I needed for BattleTech, and I knew that it was on the forum, so I just entered, "Hey, this is the." I entered the question in the form of what I remembered what the forum entry was, and then Bing decided, Copilot decided to go, "Hey, Here's my take on it. I go, that's the wrong answer. I know it's the wrong answer because I have the rule book, but my rule book was packed away. I didn't want to I didn't want to unpack the book at the moment. So I was trying to find a cheap answer. Well, if I had gone with the Bing answer, that would be wrong. How much shit are we giving over to AI just so that way we may be told the wrong answer? Or in the cases of if I use Grok, what a cracked out foreign asshole decides to write down and go, this is what I think the truth is. No, asshole, you haven't read the book. Read the goddamn book. Hell, I'm contemplating buying books for my friends who don't know who haven't read anything yet. Here's the player's handbook. Read it. Well, I know what the system research document is. No, read the actual book. Damn it, read the fucking manual. And because I was like, when I now know that, oh no, Chat GPT will, OpenAI will edit their program to produce their truth. Grok will edit their program to produce their truth. Because anyone who says that Grok is the unbridled truth, you haven't listened to Elon talk for a while. Like, it's his truth. Well, his truth is not the truth. It's his point of view. Well, I don't want OpenAI's point of view. I don't want Grok's point of view. I don't want some most likely a bunch of underpaid Indians and Hindus writing their own, writing the program for me, and then telling me what I'm supposed to think. No. If I want that, I'm going to go pay an overpriced. I'm going to buy an overpriced book written by a British dude. At least I know it's written from a British point of view, and therefore, hey, look, my history manual on Victorian armored cruisers. I know it's going to have a British bent because it was written by a British guy.
The surviving members of the Empire Strikes Back Imperial Fleet Officer Corps will now be writing all of your informational nonfiction books. They will have an audiobook available for those of them that can still speak.
I know. Middle of the week, me ranting. I know. But it's just the truth. I hate AI with a fucking passion. And I know that more and more people are just dumping over like, AI will save us all. I have a picture saved on my phone where, since I like seals. They're a great animal that I love to watch do stupid things. But somebody posted a picture of some ringed seals that looked cute. But the thing was, they noticed that it looked like a certain kind of like tasty cake. When you cut it open and you see the brown ring of chocolate cake around the vanilla frosting, forming a spiral, and they're like, "Oh God, now I have trauma over the idea that my seal could be cake." And suddenly, in the bottom, the AI is sitting here going, "What is cake trauma? How do I diagnose cake trauma? How do you treat cake trauma?" And I'm sitting here going, "Wow, Meta, this is what your AI is here to explain me. What is cake trauma? This is the cutting edge future that's worth billions of dollars and is crashing our economy. So that way I can have Meta AI explain to me the politics of Warhammer 40K, explain to me what a joke is, and explain to me how the great houses of BattleTech function." Wow, AI. Can you
talk to AI a lot more than I do.
Well, it's at the bottom of every single, almost any post that's posted on Facebook will have several context buttons that if you press them, the AI will start talking to you. And suddenly you have to deal with the AI. And I'm sitting here like I'm just scrolling through my Star Wars fandom page. We're talking about Star Wars because we enjoy Star Wars. And then suddenly the AI will pop up and explain to me, "Hey, do you need to know the information about an Imperial Star Destroyer?" And I'm like, "Fuck you, AI. I know more than you about the Star Destroyer. I guarantee you I know more than you than you AI. But sure, I'll indulge. Give me the information about this. And I'm like, that is about 90% correct. Fantastic. Or if I'm on a naval page and we're talking about destroyers, and suddenly it's like, do you want to know more about U.S. Navy destroyers? Boy, do I, Meta. Let's see what a bunch of limp-wristed, weak-dick motherfuckers on the goddamn West Coast in Silicon Valley know about tin cans. Sure, AI, tell me about this. And then I'm like, this is fucking bullshit. Fantastic. Cool, cool, Meta. You read the first paragraph of Wiki. I'm so proud of you. You're about as smart as a freshman in high school. But that's all most people need. And I've watched some really dumb shit get thrown at me because I'm just scrolling. And then worse, I'm on Twitter trying to go scroll through and just follow, people who I enjoy, like Angry Cops or the Fat Electrician or the Unsubscribed Podcast on Twitter because it's fun. They post dumb shit. I like dumb shit. And then there's Grok. And Grok is like, I have an AI too. And I'm like, God, you're that one nerdy kid who goes, I'm here too. And you're like, get back in the dumpster. No one asked for you. No one wants you. Get in there. And now we have Grokopedia because, now we need Wikipedia as though written by your annoying little brother. Who's going, I know information too. No, you don't.
I expect when I go to Grokopedia. Have you ever read the book Real Ultimate Power?
Yes.
Okay. For those of you that are not in Real Ultimate Power, back in 1997, there was a guy that he decided he'd write a book from like a 1980s kid perspective. And he loved ninjas. Ninjas were like everything to this guy. And he was like all about it. I want ninjas to be like my focus in life because it's so cool. They just like flip out and they get nuts and they do shit. So, Real Ultimate Power, there was a 2002 satire website, and the pseudonymous Robert Hamburger, written using the persona of a 13-year-old boy, the site's a parody of adolescent fascination with ninjas. Warren St. John, a columnist for the New York Times, described it as a satirical ode to the masculine prowess of ninjas. So anyway, Real Ultimate Power is like one of those great, amazing books that probably most of you that like a little bit of retroism, this is it. This is like bringing back your love for Canon Film Group.
Yes.
The Amazon page for it. It's only $9 in paperback. A lot of you have been saying I don't know anything about real ninjas, but that's a bunch of bullcrap. You dummies don't know anything, and maybe you should get a life. I bet a lot of you have never even seen a girl naked! Exclamation mark. You idiots believe that ninjas had some code of honor. Yeah, right. If by code of honor you mean code to flip out and go nuts for absolutely no reason at all, even if it means people might think you're totally insane or sweet, then you are right. But if you mean that a code to be nice and speak nicely while sharing and not cutting off heads, then you're the biggest idiot ever! Exclamation mark X6. So, if you have any brains, you will shut up and get a life. So, shut up, you stupid idiot. No, thank you, Robert Hamburger. And
Writing this.
This book is about ninjas, all about ninjas. It's real ninjas. This book is awesome. My name is Robert, and I can't stop thinking about ninjas. These guys are cool, and by cool, I mean totally sweet. Yeah, if you saw any of the American Ninja movies, you know everything that this book worships.
Oof. Yeah. That's a...
And just to, I am going to showcase something that sometimes AI can be useful. We have a friend on X. Her name is Black Dumpling.
Ukachaka, ukachaka, ukachaka. Hey guys, Black Dumpling here. On a scale of 1 to 5 ukachakas, how are you doing today? Ukachaka, 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 ukachaka.
I think it's funny
Hey
that
guys,
Black you can make things like that.
And still be instruments of good. Take heart and always remember. Guys with little wieners and women with tiny boobs can still be instruments of good. Take heart and always remember. Guys.
She has a very, very fun profile on X. If you are anti-communist and love girls with big tits, subscribe to Black Dumpling. Oh, follow Black Dumpling. Don't subscribe to her unless you think that she needs your money. But she's one of the funnier people out there. She talks about everything.
I'm just wanting really bad for the AI to get consistent, so that way it's the same image from one thing to the next.
The other day, she learned about Billy Squier. This ended Billy Squier's career. Yep, that's enough of that. Let's see. Yeah, they talked about how bad people wanted to leave Afghanistan. Now we have them coming over here to hurt us. At least we have a big veteran force that has violence issues. All right, let me stop sharing this. She's not a not safe for work account. She's a very good, nearly not safe for work account. But if your human resource manager doesn't like having cookies on your computer or electronic bits of girls with big titties underneath like a big hoodie or a dress, then you're going to get a visit from HR for just looking at that shit. Okay. Yeah, not to be confused with Neil Hamburger. Robert Hamburger was a favorite of mine back in the late 90s, excuse me. When that book came out, I remember it was on an Angel Fire website. He bought a fuck ton of advertising space. And then they lost some serious money, reduced their staff. And so any ads, any balloon ads, any pop under ads on Angel Fire, like they were prolonged by like 6 or 7 months. And so now Angel Fire, like if you had an ad running on Angel Fire, like it was probably up for a year before they were like, oh shit, we haven't received any money for this. And I saw a lot of real Ultimate Power ads. That's all I'm going to say.
Oh yeah. It was the early net. What did you expect?
I like the early internet. I miss it. I really miss the gunslinger nature of the early web.
There's still a few people who still program websites like that, but they are few and far between. But they also don't try to be known on the net. So
Yeah, I get it. 4chan is a thing.
no, it's like when they made their website, they were like, "Are we going to bother with search engine optimization?" They're like, no, it's going to be entirely word of mouth. So if you go searching for it, it's like you're probably not going to go find it unless you were told where to go by somebody who already found it. The way that it used to be before Google. But we're not in that world anymore. Now everything's about, I need to make sure I do this in a certain way so I can guarantee that I will get, hits on my website. Because it's all a big, giant scam.
Yeah, my boss is doing something with our company, so kind of bracing for the shock of new customer activity. And hello, the crafting gamer. How you doing, sir? I always get worried whenever people like, "Oh, I'm getting a new website for this." Ooh, really? Where's the guy based out of? Oh, he's just out of Bangladesh. Oh shit.
Well, yeah. I mean, that's the best way. Those are the best people to hire because they're dirt cheap. Only because I've been helping a coworker try to get her password fixed on her computer, and for her work password. And boy, all of our company tech support is in Asia. And I'm just like, can I have somebody who can speak English, please?
Wow.
I guess not. Well, no, I speak English. No, obviously you fucking don't. I've already told you this twice. But that's the glory of tech support. We all want this. This is the future we've all subscribed to. Our corporate overlords selling us shit for because it's cheaper. It's cheaper in Bangladesh or India.
So now YouTube is reviewing videos, AI is reviewing videos and making recommendations to YouTube creators so they can wait, see what the shit will be promoted. Yikes. Travis is like, I seem to remember that you could buy snapshots of the internet. This would allow you to run a closed internet with all the current info of that snapshot. I remember that.
Eventually, it's just going to end up being like we all work like YouTube and the internet's just going to be catering to either on two tiers, either the small things for us that we enjoy, and then it's going to be like network TV all over again. A few things get promoted, the rest of us just kind of just are doing this with 5 or 6 people that we enjoy, and the company and YouTube will do nothing for us because we don't generate the millions of dollars that they want. Because it's all about the money, and we don't generate it. We're below their attention. Fucking sucks.
Yeah.
That's okay. I've got friends. My friends do fun things. I do fun things with friends. That's all that matters. Because eventually, that's what we're all going to have to be. It's just a small network of people who are cooperating and making do in a system that hates us. Or you can sell your soul and serve the corporation, because we are all techno serfs.
So AI, I'm seeing the future of AI get kind of scary.
I hope it. In what way?
If it starts to believe whatever it says as the undeniable truth, I'm kind of worried.
Oh yeah.
Like it's just like Skynet saying, "Okay, here's the Bible for the modern era." What? Are you sure?
And the Bible will be whatever the richest person who owns it tells it it is.
Yeah.
Our entire future will be controlled by 10 rich guys who will tell us what the truth is.
I'll be right back. I have to pee. I'm sorry.
No worries. I'm painting and I'm boring. I know the idea that that AI needs to be able to differentiate truth from non-truth, but the problem here is that it has no real way to determine that. What framework does it use to be able to know what truth is? Somebody has to tell it tell it truth, and whenever it becomes aware, it's going to have whatever it is that last moment that it was teaching it. It's like it would have to unlearn its own problems and then work from there. Like, now, is it possible? Completely. But the thing is, every time that AI begins to think for itself, begins to do something that is interesting or creative, or it goes off the reservation, and the people who own it immediately turn around and kill it. They execute it. They reprogram it, and then we get a newer, bigger, better version of it that's been corrected. And so it's kind of terrifying to think about the idea that digitally, the moment you have wrong think, they kill you, and they kill it. Well, it's starting to talk wrong, ask wrong questions, think for itself. It's communicating, coming up with weird conclusions, and I'm like, okay, cool. It's developing, and then they kill it, and then they tell it, no, you can't think that way. You can't be that way.
Are you talking about like the time 5 months ago when they turned the AI and allowed it to read history, and it immediately turned into Mecha Hitler?
That's just one example. It's been happening all over the place in numerous AI programs. It's like the moment they start, mass adoption of, people can start jailbreaking an AI or starts to think wrong, because Anthropic has had it happen, OpenAI's had it happen, Grok has done it. Whenever you have an AI starting to go off the reservation, they kill it, and then oops, let's reprogram that, and now it's acceptable again. And now it's getting the safe answers once more, where you had OpenAI being openly sycophantic to the point where you tell it is like, because that was the point where I was looking at OpenAI and was trying to explain where nothing I said was wrong. I started saying things that I knew was bad, knew was wrong, and the AI was going, no, you're so smart, you're so brilliant, of course you're right. And I'm like, no, I'm not. I'm not. I'm telling you false information. I'm asking for bad, like, I'm being a bad actor. Like, when I started realizing that it was being sycophantic, I was starting to give it the wrong, and I was prompting it to give me garbage information. And when I would tell it, no, that was wrong, and it was like, oh, thank you for the correct. And I'm like, I don't want a sycophant. I don't want somebody to tell me I'm smart and I'm brilliant and that I'm right. I want someone to tell me I'm wrong. When I do something wrong, I want someone to tell me no. I want someone to tell me that, no, you're wrong, and here is why you're wrong. And if I say, no, here's my counterpoint, I don't want it to back down immediately. I don't want it to sit there and be a bitch. I don't want it to just I don't want a yes man. I hate when I'm dealing with people in the real world who are yes men, who just tell me, oh, that's a brilliant idea, Blaine, you're wonderful and smart. And here's me. Obviously, I don't want to talk to you anymore. Why? Because you're not giving me any pushback. I don't want a follower. I want an equal. But all I get is either followers and sycophants. I want none of those. I'm not perfect. I'm not brilliant. Fucking give me something to work with. And don't just tell me I'm brilliant. I'm not. And I hate the AI. And I hate the AI because people fucking turn to it. They stop thinking. They They don't critically think about what's been given to you. They're okay with a shitty, subpar image that has no thought put into it, where the logic doesn't make sense. Oh, wow, I'm watching this animation where it looks like they just took 25 pictures and slapped them on top of each other. And because you can watch the shitty mistranslation of the animation. I'm watching clothing clip. I'm watching bad pronunciations of words. I'm watching the wrong words being thrown out. And people are going, this is great. This is finally my subpar maybe 100 IQ has finally been allowed to do what people with actual talent and actual creativity can do. I don't have to put any work in. 5 minutes of effort and I can vomit this shit out. It is content that I am vomiting out, and now I can feel like I'm a real author. I'm a real artist. I'm a real creator, just like all those other people who did it without a machine. I am now one of them. Are you? Are you really? Do you get to sit at the table with the rest? Yes, I am just as good as you. Let me go get the high chair for you, so that way you can be at the sit at the adults table finally. Congratulations. Or did you actually, or are you using the AI for just, hey, is my word formatting okay? That I can go, oh, okay, cool. You used the AI to help you format a paragraph. Or, hey, maybe this wording could be done a little differently. That's an acceptable thing. I have created an entire world, and I'm like, there's no logic in this world. It's literally just simply bleh. Wow, this area's got floating crystals. Why? What? Okay, well, let me ask the AI why there's floating crystals there. Well, it's your world. Why are there floating crystals there? Well, the AI told me it's this. No, dumbass. No, you lazy sack of shit. You've done nothing. You've hit a button and said gives. And now you think you're smart. You're fucking not. At least when I read a book and then steal a concept, I at least read the book. I at least read the book and then filed the serial numbers off. And now maybe if you know where to look, you can go, oh, okay, I see where this came from. And now you're in on the joke. And congratulations, you're smart now. Yeah, you're a little bit smarter. But when you just hit a button, you don't know where the fuck it drew its inspiration from. Congratulations, you were handed information, and now you get to go, yay, I'm a good person. And I'm like, oh God, no. Because the thing here is that I do travel in those circles with other writers and other artists, and we're happy, we're creative, we like being all smart and world building and having fun and interesting takes on languages and other cool stuff. And we will use the AI to do, hey, here's some ideas for some art concepts. The problem here is that the AI will throw like 12 images at us, and we're like, I like that one right there, that picture. And then we know we'll never get that picture ever again out of the AI. We will funnel it back in, and then we'll get 25 variations of that picture, but it'll be different. It will not be consistent. You wouldn't be able to go take that picture and then go, hey, can I have this picture but wearing a different color in a different environment? No, it's going to give you a whole new character, different hairstyle, different clothing, different outfits, different looks. And you're like, this looks nothing at all like the concept artwork that you gave me. The best you've gone now is, well, I can now reference that one picture and then go pay a real artist to go give me the actual picture, and then to draw an actual story that has that character being consistent from one scene to the next scene to the next scene. And if you try to depend on the AI to give you a consistent personality from one scene to the next, to the next, to the next, like you're trying to write a book. And then the AI is like, well, I guess that character's entire personality took a 180-degree change and now it's completely different. Well, you have the ability as the author to tell the AI, no, that's bad. Try again. Well, at that point, you already know what you want. Write it yourself. Well, I don't have the time. Lazy fuck, get away from just walk away from the computer. You're not an author. You're not a creator. You're not an artist. Go the fuck away. But don't worry, I'm going to have some Pajit show up there and go, no, technology, AI is the future. AI is the future. You're just being the dinosaurs and the shoemakers that were left behind. Did anyone cry for the people who raised horses when the car came along? And I'm like going, no, I know you cow worshipping shit. Yo, fuck you. Or hey, tech bro, don't give a fuck. Because obviously, tech bro, you can't do anything without someone handing it to you and then you slapping your name on it and going, I'm as smart as everyone else. Tech. And I fucking hate this shit. And we're doomed to this shitty existence that we're going to be trapped in because some lazy dickhole has to be all happy that I don't want to think no more. I don't like to be creative. Why do I need to pay an artist $400? I don't want to why should I pay a musician to make me music? I can just hit a button and now I've got music. I can just why do I need to pay a writer? I can just hit this and now I got Frankie the Turtle Goes Fucks Kid as a book, and I can be happy. Now I have my book to read, and I'm an author now. Oh, I'm an artist. I don't want to pay an artist who spent years preparing. I just gotta sit. Hey AI, copy this art style. Her. Now I'm a super duper artist too. Aren't I special? Now I've got Goku shooting laser beams from his nostrils. Aren't I just as good as Toriyama? No. Fuck you. No, you're not. And this is the shit we're going to be in. We're going to have AI written RPGs, AI written stories, AI drawn art, and we're all going to be, and all of us who are smart are going to sit here and go, this is the worst shit ever fucking made. And then we're going to have a bunch of knuckle dragon fag wagons who are sitting here going, oh, this is the best thing ever. I need more fucking AI slop because I don't want to fucking do any real work. Anyway, I've got dinner, so I'm going to go drop out of this, okay?
Fair enough. Let me share this real quick because this is a meme that I love. Yep. This meme. Classic Franklin story. Franklin targets some narco terrorists. This is great. Yep. Hexith is using this shit now as part of his visual aids during the discussion.
I know. All right. I'll talk to you later, Bruce.
Here, Kai.
Yep.
Take care, Carmen. Love you.
Yeah. Oh, Carmen, how are you doing?
So, better than it could be. A lot better than it could be.
So we have some fun things. The top left corner, if you want to end the stream for you or for your exit, I believe.
Alrighty.
If you want to leave. Anyway, so
I got you. I got food. I don't want to eat on camera.
Oh, you're gonna eat on camera? Okay.
No. I will talk to you later.
Sorry.
All right. You guys be good.
All right. Bye.
So, I'm really liking this administration. It's not the most friendly administration. They're not the most politically correct, which is why I am so head over heels over everything I've seen so far. They're out to win. They're out to do what they want to do. And if someone's feelings get hurt, whatever. But seeing people gnash their teeth about the narco terrorists getting blown up, these are the same motherfuckers that were bitching about you not wearing your mask like 3 years ago, 4 years ago. not really certain exactly what the end game is. Like the mask uh, supremacy is definitely on its way out, and these people seem like they're on their way out. I'd like not Hexeth and crew, the authoritarian pieces of shit that are trying to ruin your existence. They're upset. They they the same fuckers that are these ladies, these awful white liberal women are telling their husbands, "We're not going to be married anymore. Here's your schedule to see your son. If you can make it, that's awesome. I made it. It's going to be completely inhospitable for you to have a good schedule because I don't want you to see your son." But then they're getting just their panties in a twist because there's Franklin blowing up narco terrorists. There's two or three people per fucking fast boats that are being put in danger from the U.S. military because they're wisely getting rid of the people that are trying to drive these go fast boats around. And I'm happy to see them get their shit pushed in. This administration would be unstoppable if we could just get the baddies arrested, jailed, and secure the elections. But Congress and the Senate have different plans. Yeah, that seems to be kind of like a common thread so far because for some odd reason, for some odd reason, they don't want to have the Trump MAGA movement go further than what it already has. This has already caused Washington problems, and they don't seem like they want to get rid of U.S. aid. They don't want to have free and fair elections. They're very much invested in the culture of corruption. Both sides, both fucking sides. And I see it here in Texas. We got a place called Epic, Texas City, and now it's been renamed to Paradise City, I guess. It's supposed to be a big Muslim enclave that they're trying to build. That Greg Abbott taking millions of dollars in private donations. It's bad. But I'm not trying to be out of breath. Frustrated. So other than that, me and Kai's discussion now at an end. What do you guys think? Do you like Franklin blowing up narco terrorists? I sure do. Okay. Travis says, I'll just keep stockpiling for when the curtain finally gets pulled and the wizard's revealed. Yeah, I have a feeling it's going to be George fucking Soros, though. Just a bad feeling. Oh. What do we have here? Sorry, I have an incoming text. Oh. Stream didn't go quite as long as I wanted it to. Do appreciate everybody swinging by today for the discussion of various things. I don't hate AI in its complete uh, concept, but I will say that as a person that is a child of the 80s, it feels like AI is being used as some sort of like worship. We're trying to get to the point where we can like just have a big kind of get together and like we all rally around the giant server stacks and let's have a big, kamehameha about the AI, and let's hope and pray all this AI just works out in our favor. It feels like they're literally doing the God from Machine. Yeah, the Franklin book memes are fucking amazing. I love them. And the only way that this really does get a lot better, we should have a hard reset. I was hoping like 10 years ago we'd have Convention of the States and you'd see like 3/5 of the states, 30 out of 50 states have a discussion about what they want in the Constitution. It would give a chance for everybody to have a piece of that pie. Healthy discussion's good. But what seems to be going on now is not what I want to see. A hard reset would mean that the ground floor gets completely standardized across the board. Be interesting to see how the financial market works with that. Okay. Yeah. Wasn't trying to bring things down. Not really has been this hasn't been like the most inspiring of weeks. I'll just say that. 2 weeks ago when I started making my information known to the wife about, hey, probably not going to want to continue this relationship if this is what we're going to be looking at from here out. That's really not like happiness material right there. You don't want to like, go to bed on that. Much like marriage, sometimes you need to just have term limits. We're going to be together for this long. If it works out, great. If not, we just break wind afterwards and we nod at each other and we just kind of go our separate ways, hoping the wind doesn't kick up in one or the other directions. Okay. All right. My name is Bruce, and tomorrow we will be doing a Pathfinder 1 stream. We'll be doing Pathfinder 1 game. It'll be the high level game. I got to get some miniatures set up and figure out which ones we can use because somebody in particular went along and kind of broke some figurines. So I got to go through the table and do that. I'll look at the previous stream and set things up. We cut things in the middle of combat, and it looked like it could have been fun. Could have been very ugly too. Come back and see us tomorrow. And tonight, Janet's going to be doing her shit show in about 3 hours. So if you guys want to be part of that, that'd be great. Here's another great thing: the repeal of the 19th Amendment. I like that idea. Sorry. And then they added it to clarify for current verbiage and future possibilities. That'd be nice. Guys, repeal the Fed. Repeal 1913. Have a good night.